Namaste viewers, we welcome you all for this brand new session on renewable energy. This is rather a very new topic as far as our previous sessions are considered, because till date we have only dealt with the conventional hydrocarbons, that is the offshore or the refinery. So that segment we have already made so many videos, but in this particular session, in the coming sessions, we are going to see the newer horizons which is coming up because of the depleted resources worldwide due to the exhaustion of the existing global reserves of the hydrocarbon, that is the non-renewable resources, the fossil fuels. So here we are going to see the renewable energy. The renewable energy is the term used for the resources of energy which get renewed by itself by the nature, through the nature. Whereas in case of the whereas in case of the non-renewable resources, the reserves, like for example a hydrocarbon reserve, which gets matured in a due course of time, it takes almost 4 crore years. 4 crore in the sense, I can say it as a 4 billion years for a hydrocarbon reserve to get mature. So if the existing reserves get exhausted, then we have to wait for that much amount of time to get the reservoirs. So that is not practical. So that is why it is called non-renewable energy. It will not renew by its own. Of course, it will renew, but it will take a lot of time, like that 4 crore years. That is the 4 billion years. So in renewable energy, we have some alternative resources, and that we are going to see in these coming sessions. So starting with that, the looking at the definition, the energy resources which can be used to produce again and again are known as renewable energy. So renewable energy has a very less carbon footprint. The renewable energy is energy generated from natural resources such as sunlight, wind, rain, biomass, tides, and geothermal heat, and all these are renewable. So, in a broad spectrum, we are going to see each of these, and in the coming sessions, we will discuss some of them in a greater detail. So, why we want renewable energy? Some of the facts we have already seen. Fossil fuels, that is the coal, oil, and gas, are non-renewable resources that takes hundreds of millions of years to form. That's the one reason. Fossil fuels, when burned to produce energy, causes harmful greenhouse gas emissions such as carbon dioxide, and increasing oil prices, which I missed earlier, that is also very much important. Then abundant sunshine. This is the best input for creating for producing a renewable energy. So that is available in India and in other countries also. So, moving forward, so these are the renewable energy resources other than the sun, solar. So, first is the solar energy. Solar energy is comparatively costlier option when we come to the solar batteries. So, the production cost of solar battery is high, and at the same time, these batteries are non-disposable. That means we cannot recycle the solar batteries, so that's a big challenge. The second one is the wind energy. Wind energy is a very ample amount of energy in hilly terrain. So the wind energy we can see the windmills. This is also a very fantastic option that is available. Of course, the cost of this windmill installation, commissioning, maintenance, and even the capital cost of windmills is high. Then the hydro energy, hydroelectric power. So in hydroelectric power, the construction again here, the capital cost, that is the construction cost and the duration required for commissioning these dams, that is comparatively higher. So the hydro energy, once the dam is commissioned, then the operating cost is comparatively lower. So it is a multi purpose project like for irrigation of agriculture, farms, and paddy fields. At the same time, what electricity or the power we get is a bonus on that. Then comes the tidal energy. This is a relatively at an experimental stage. I don't have any concrete data as of how much percentage of electric power is produced using the tidal energy. Then the geothermal energy, which utilizes the heat that is inside the Earth's crust. Then the biomass, of course, is used to create the electric power. So now one by one we will see solar energy. Solar energy is a very significant amount of energy that is available almost free of cost. So here there are multiple methods of creating the producing the electric power from the solar. Most common that we can see everywhere is the solar panels, that is the batteries. And then we have something called as the solar power plant, which is not so common. So I will try to discuss that here. Here you can see that there is a central pole which is erected here, and on the top of that we have something salt, sodium chloride, and that top dome is we can see the rays of sun are focused on that portion which is having that salt or any heat transfer element which gets that salt gets molten because of the continuous bombardment of these rays on that portion. So when it gets melted, it flows down, and there is a heat exchanger where exchange of heat takes place between that molten salt at around 800 degrees Celsius and the water, which forms the steam. That's high superheated steam. Highly superheated steam is utilized to run the turbine, which is connected to an electric generator, and this is how the electricity is produced. So these mirrors, we have here the mirrors, we can see. It is called heliostat, and you can see all over the 360 degrees because during the daytime, the sun always travels and keeps on changing the position. So even if the position of the sun is changed at every 360 degree, some of the mirrors will always keep on focusing the rays of sun on the top dome, which is having that salt which gets melted because of this continuous bombardment of the sun rays on it. So it is completely focused. They are focused. They are converged at particular point, which you can see here. Here. This is the receiver, which we call here. So this is a solar energy, and then we have the wind energy. It is very simple. We know that electricity is a grade one energy, level one energy. Then mechanical energy is a level one energy. Heat energy is not level one; it can be a level two energy. So this broad classification we have seen in thermodynamics that whichever energy is 100% capable to be transformed into another form of energy, That is called as a level 1 energy with minimum loss. In electrical energy is a level 1 energy, even though it is 98 or 99%. 1% we can say some copper losses are there, and losses due to the flux, whatever is lost in that. So and again, mechanical energy is the earlier form of energy which we have seen. They are the heat energy, that is the grade 2 energy. Of course, that is available free of cost because of the sunlight. So that was transformed into the uh, heat energy was transformed into mechanical energy, which was utilized for uh, because in the prime mover is the steam turbine, which is driving the mechanical energy is an input to the generator, and the generator is producing the electrical energy. So this is how the energy transforms from heat energy, light and heat energy, to the molten salt, which again is a heat energy, and the we produce the steam, and that steam inside the steam turbine, heat energy is converted into mechanical energy, and the mechanical energy is again converted into electrical energy. So this is how that solar was there. And in wind energy, it's very simple. The mechanical energy of the flowing, these blades are rotated by the breeze of the wind, and a mechanical energy is produced, which is again connected to, we have a generator here, we can see at the back, and that generated electricity is stored in batteries or directly sent to the feeds. We can see here they are transmitted to the cities. Now, this is the hydroelectric energy. Hydroelectric energy is very simple. It is a multi-purpose project. We have seen that the dams are to be constructed, and then there is a sluice gate, which we can see here. When the sluice gate is opened up, we have this path which is connected to a water turbine. So this water turbine is driven because of this head of water, which drives this shaft, and this shaft is connected to a generator. So from the generator we get the electric power. So this is the tail, and it is again this is the canal which flows to the agricultural fields. So here the kinetic energy of water rotates the turbine, which produces the electricity. So that kinetic energy, that is the gravitational energy, uh, is stored in the water at greater heights. That is the potential energy. When it travels through that tube, high pressure water flows through these tubes. When the sluice gate is opened, so that that potential energy is turned into kinetic energy of the water stream, which drives the turbine. Now it is turned into mechanical energy, which rotates the generator, and when the generator rotates, electrical energy, it's transformed into electrical energy. Now this is a very interesting energy, that is the tidal energy. We know that the high tides and low tides are always there. So in tidal energy, we are utilizing the energy of these tides to run a turbine, water turbine basically. And that turbine is connected to the generator, which we can see here. This is the generator. During the high tides, the water will flow towards the uh, beaches, towards the seashore, and the turbine will rotate in clockwise direction, for example. So after 12 hours, when the rotation of time will change, it will be withdrawn back, and the turbine will then move in opposite direction, say anti-clockwise direction. So this is how the generator will change its rotation, and even then the mechanical energy we will get, which will be utilized to produce the electrical power. Energy produced by the natural rise and fall of tides caused by the gravitational interaction between Earth, the Sun, and the Moon. So this is about the tidal, and this is the last one, that is the geothermal energy. So in geothermal energy, we know that there are many places in India, in Rajasthan and in Maharashtra state of India, where we have many uh, regions which is having these hot water streams, and a lot of steam also can is coming out from some of the steams. So that energy is the geothermal energy. So whatever heat that is available inside this earth's crust uh, produces that steam. That steam is utilized, uh, is taken out through that production well we can see here, and that steam is again utilized here in heat exchanger, where sometimes if we want, we can heat that steam once again, and it is used to run the turbine, steam turbine, and from the turbine is connected to the generator, and this is how the power is generated, electrical power. So this is the biomass. Biomass is nothing but the wood and other grass, dry grass, I can say, or the paper, wooden products, biomass, like the cow dung. So all these we can consider it as a biomass. So that biomass is burnt in earth, and that heat that is generated because of the burning of the biomass is utilized for converting the water into steam, superheated high superheated steam, which is then used to run the turbines, steam turbines, impact turbine or reaction steam turbines, and these turbines are connected to generator which generates the electric power. So this is the biomass energy. So keep watching this channel, and we insist you to subscribe to our channel and help us, support us. You can uh, voluntarily contribute to us, which the money is utilized for video production team for paying their cost. So help us to create a good and quality content. Thank you for watching this video. Have a fantastic day ahead.